All right out there, how we all feeling? Welcome. Woo! All right. Thank you for that round of applause. Welcome back to the SOSCAST, baby. It's the SOSCAST, baby. Thank you guys for being here. We were gone for over a week.
Yep.
All right. I had a little procedure done. You think it's hard work looking this good, you know. I'm a woman now, guys. That's what happened. I'm identifying as a woman. It's over. It's done. Apparently, I'm speaking like Trump now. But welcome to the SOSCAST. Happy to be back. The voice is doing better. Life's good. How about you? How you guys doing out there? A lot to talk about today. A lot to react to. The last time we were sitting on this stage, I was sitting here with Patrick Bet-David.
Yes,
Patrick Bet-David said, listen, Adam, I have about an hour, maybe an hour and a half to do an interview. I said, PBD, I got you. So we did a 3-hour and 16-minute marathon interview.
Yep.
Incredible time. We were flown. It was great. You know, it's a very interesting thing. They said, all right, what are you going to ask about PBD? I've known PBD since 2012. We met at a financial conference, working out in a gym. I'm on one side of the gym. He's on another side of the gym. Gym is empty. I'm doing this thing. This guy comes up to me and goes, well, you're doing the workout all wrong, buddy. I said, well, how do you want me to do it? Because this guy was competing for Mr. Olympia back in the day. So we start working out. I say, oh, what are you doing? You're here for the conference? Yeah, I'm here for the conference. Yeah, me too. I said, tell me about your business model. He explained his business model to me. It was totally different than anything he's saying. He said to me, explain your business model. He said, oh, you're totally different. I said, wow, this is great. And we struck up a conversation that was years and years in the making. And it took 8 years until I officially joined Valuetainment. You know, they say that good things take time. But we sat and we had this conversation. We laughed. We cried. You know, I don't know. You know, there was this like, what was this wetness coming out of my ear? I don't even know what out of my eyes. But we had an amazing conversation. Check that out. But on today's episode, we're going to be reacting to some of the things that PBD and I discussed. I want to get your perspective out here because at the end of this interview, at the end of this segment right here, we're actually going to read some of your lovely, lovely comments out loud.
Nice.
Some are good, some are bad. No, I've seen some of these comments, and you got to have some thick skin to be in this YouTube game. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen.
Thick.
I'm talking thick. You ever see that Donald Trump meme? Alejandro, maybe you can pull this up. Pull up. Go to Donald Trump and then spell thick, THICC. And, you know, there's a thing out there. Hey, buddy, do you like them thin or thick? And there's a meme of
she said thick.
Alejandro can't even spell so good. Thick, THICC.
Well, it's spelled wrong.
THICC.
No, CC, yeah.
Hit images. Okay.
Stop.
That's not it. Keep going down. Yeah. Keep going down. Yeah. That one right there.
Thick.
Go up. Go up. Yeah, that one right there.
Thick.
Him in the suit. Him in the suit.
To the right.
In the suit.
To the right.
Hey, you like him thin or thick? And then there's this image of Donald Trump just giving his best.
Thick.
You know what Donald Trump likes him. By the way, can we get a little image of Donald Trump playing tennis? If you can see that image out there, let me ask you, when Donald Trump is playing tennis out there on them courts, doing his thing, whether it's grass, whether it's clay. No, show a real picture at the top. Yeah.
Thick.
Donald Trump, when he's out there doing his thing, you think he's looking thick or thin, Nat? What do you think it is?
Nice and thick like his pockets.
Ooh, thick.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Shout out to Donald Trump right there. You know, Donald Trump will have a lot to say about that today, but
You like it?
we had a great episode. PBD and I were going to be reacting to that. Some of the comments were good, the bad, the ugly. But listen, if you know anything about Sos, we're going to give it to you straight. We're not holding back. I'm going to show you some of the worst comments. You got to have thick skin is what I'm trying to say. But there's also some nice comments out there because the good comes with the bad. And that's how it is out there. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for loving what we do around here on the SOSCAST, on Valuetainment, on PBD Podcast. Thank you guys. What else? Oh, here's a little something. You know, little housekeeping items that we're going to talk about before today's episode. So we're putting on a little party, guys. It's a little party. It's a little vent. It's a little strategy. It's a little coming together of the minds. It's not big. It's not small. It's huge.
Huge.
Okay? And of course, I'm talking about the Vault. The Vault is the #1 event in the world for entrepreneurs. You want to make more money. You want to network with better people. You want to improve your business. You want to scale. You want to grow. You got to be at the Vault.
The Vault.
Now, last year, I've been with PBD since 2020. This is our 5th Vault, so I've been to pretty much every Vault except for one. We had a little guy named Tom Brady show up, tossing the ball literally with us behind stage. Dylan Bet-David was out there catching passes with Tom Brady, talking about a pinch yourself moment. And then Tom Brady does his thing, and then all of a sudden Mike Tyson shows up. He speaks. It was incredible. And I said, PBD, that was pretty dope. Not gonna lie. How are we gonna top that this year? He says, how are we gonna top that? Let me think about it. How about The Rock? I said, The Rock? He said, yeah. And then he said, all right, well, let me announce Dwayne The Rock Johnson is gonna be at the Vault this year. So premier, ultimate, over-the-top event. When PBD does an event, he does an event. You can get your tickets here, right? At the vaultconference.com. It's in West Palm Beach, September 4th through 7th. Bing, bang, bing, bang. It's going on. Tickets, I believe, start at about $849 to spend time with PBD, The Rock, the Biz Dog, Vinny, myself, the whole team, thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs. Last year, I think we had 3,000 people there. This year, we're expecting 10,000 people. A lot going on here at the Vault. We'd love to see you with us there in West Palm Beach, September 4th through 7th. Speaking of what's going on at the Vault, there's a Connect contest to be a part of the event that's going on at the Vault. If you want to connect with all the people I just mentioned and them some, you can find them at Connect. Do we have my Connect thing we can pull up real quick?
Yes.
You know the best place to connect, Nat?
I'm Connect.
You can book me out right now on Connect. That's Connect with 2 N's, MINNECT, Connect. Nat, I believe you're on Connect as well.
I am on Connect, yes. Connect me if you have any questions. Someone said you can ask me relationship advice, all those fun stuff. I also have a really great job here, so if you have any questions on the positions I've been here, feel free to Connect me.
Here we go. Natalia Davai, you can connect with her right there. Or you can, if you want to be part of the show, you want to come on the show, you want to refer somebody on the show, you can follow us on Instagram at SOSCAST.VT, SOSCAST, or you can send us an email. What's the email address?
SOSCAST@VT.com.
See how that works, guys? You know, we're keeping things real simple. SOSCAST.VT. That's on Instagram. SOSCAST@VT is our email. By the way, Alejandra, are you on Connect?
No, I'm not.
Oh my God. By the way, let's look at this lovely girl right here. Say hi to Alejandra out there. She's giving me in the house pulling up stories that we're going on
I will
today.
be soon in Connect.
Yes.
Why don't you get your little thing on Connect? Anyways, a lot going on today. Let me explain some of the stories that we're going to be covering today. Of course, we're going to be going over PBD reacting to some of the questions I asked them, and then we're going to basically running it back, reacting to what PBD had to say about some of your favorite people out there. Number one, did PBD predict but also slam Kamala Harris in the same sentence, in the same prediction? That's going to be an interesting conversation. We know that Pat isn't exactly a fan of Kamala. We'll see what he had to predict about that and what he had to predict about Biden. Candace Owens is fired up. We'll see what PBD had to say about Candace. And also our friend Destiny, who's been on the show multiple times. People say he's having a meltdown these days. We'll sort of see what he's talking about. The omni-liberal, as known as Destiny. And by the way, Candace and Destiny both had some things to say about me. About moi?
You?
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Oh my goodness.
So we're going to have that conversation out there about Candace and ONC. Trump is quote unquote a badass mother. Shut your mouth.
We love it.
You won't believe who called him that. He owns a little company called Facebook, Meta. Interesting situation that's going on there. By the way, Secret Service, you're fired. That's what's going on over there. Secret Service director is getting fired, or she had to resign, whatever you want to call it right there. You're fired. By the way, Elon Musk, there's one thing he hates, and that is wokeness and we'll discuss why that is. Follow the money with Elon. But in this situation, I don't know if he cares about money. He just cares about doing what he thinks is right. By the way, why I think Jordan Peterson is one of the best people to interview, but also one of the worst people to do interviews. Very interesting take of what we're going to talk about with Jordan Peterson. By the way, Andrew Tate. Is Andrew Tate free or is he not free? Is he free to roam or does he have to stay in his home? I just made that up on the spot, but that's what we got to do out here on the SOSCAST. A lot of conflicting stories of what's going on there with Tate. And then last but not least, a little clip, a little throwback of when PBD and myself were on Fresh and Fit, and PBD served our friend Myron and Fresh a little game. And then, of course, at the end, we're going to be talking about some of your lovely, lovely, lovely comments about my interview with Patrick Bet-David and some of the bad ones as well. And my skin will be super thick for that part right there. Nat, anything you want to announce before we get this party started?
Yes, happy SOSCAST Day. I see all of you in the chat. Thank you all for tuning in today. Today's going to be extra fun. I love when we can kind of interact with you guys when it comes to the comments. So with that being said, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff now. We are growing and we've got exciting things coming. And of course, don't forget, Vault is around the corner. We'll all be there. You'll see home team, so make sure you guys check that out. But aside from that, let's get this party started.
It's getting started in here. Okay.
There you go.
So today we're going to be reacting to some of the conversation that I had with our CEO, Patrick Bet-David. Now, Patrick Bet-David, he, I would say, is mostly right most of the time. That means, you know, nobody is right 100% of the time. What's the fun in that? But Patrick Bet-David had some things to say about Kamala Harris. Before she was sort of anointed, coronated to be the likely Democrat nominee for president. I think it's sort of inevitable. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that Kamala is actually going to be the nominee? Biden has stepped down. We all know that. Is someone going to step in, or is she going to be the person who takes his place at the DNC in August? Alejandro, let's pull up this clip real quick. So here was the conversation I had with Patrick Bet-David. This was his theory. I said, listen, Pat, is it going to be Biden or not? This is, again, before Biden stepped down. This was about a week ago.
Yeah.
Here on the SOSCAST with our interview. It starts at 27 seconds. Go ahead. Here's the question I asked him. Go ahead. Candidate. But if you had to put your money on who is actually going to be the person at this point, after Biden announced I'm the guy, who's going to be there?
By the way, the only reason he'll stay the race till the very end, and this is embarrassing, the only reason he'll stay the race till the very end is because of one person, and one person only.
Timing.
It's because Kamala is not willing to step out of the way. And the establishment, the Democratic establishment behind closed doors, does not want to have Kamala as the candidate, period. Because she is, her unfavorable score is not good. She is not marketable to be able to run with it. There's a group that wants to see her happen with the people that know the data. And I'm convinced, you know, Obama's smart enough to know that Kamala's not the candidate. And Michelle was asked whether she is ready to endorse Joe. And I don't know if you saw her answer. Michelle's like, well, I don't know yet. We'll see. I don't know yet. That's not something you say to your former VP of your husband when he was a president. You don't say something like that. But she said, I don't know. So I think Biden is.
So there it was. I think what PBD recognized was the fact that Biden wasn't going to be the guy. Yeah. I was pretty steadfast that I thought Biden was going to be the guy until the Titanic hit the iceberg. So that debate with Donald Trump, I mean, could Biden have looked any worse and could Trump have looked any better?
Could have been on the ground.
I mean, potentially yes. So PBD had some things to say about that. And then I said, but listen, don't forget, Pat, what I always say, it's 3 letters, FTM.
Follow the money.
Follow the money. So I said, Pat, if you're a betting man, what do you think is actually going to happen? I know you said they don't want it to be Kamala, but let's put your money where your mouth is right here. And here's the question right there at 7:47.
Can we restart it?
Will it be Biden?
You know what I would, when it comes down to vote on November 5th, will it be Biden? Honestly, I don't think they stand a chance keeping Biden in. I'm at 51%. It has to be somebody else.
I'm with you. I have a prediction, and then I'm going to ask you the next question.
You want me to continue playing?
No. But basically, he goes on to basically saying, listen, here's some of the ramifications of what's going to happen if it's Biden. Here's what's going to happen if it's not. At the end of the day, what's happening is, as we always say, follow the money. They had a war chest in line with Kamala right there. She is sort of being anointed. Now, here's the thing with Kamala. I don't know if people actually want Kamala. But here's what I know about the Democratic Party. They love themselves some DEI.
Yeah, they do.
They love themselves some DEI. They said,
they do.
you know, here's the thing with DEI. People get catapulted to positions they probably may not have earned.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole thing with the DEI, the diversity, the equity, the inclusion. Because when, look, this is Kamala, and you're talking to somebody that voted for Joe Biden in 2020. By the way, a lot of people who voted for Joe Biden in 2020 who are basically not in the never Trump camp, now the Trump camp, are looking back and being like, yeah, I don't know about that. And by the way, do you know who one of the main people was? How about his VP pick, JD Vance? There's a lot of people out there that are like, yeah, I'm not messing with Trump. That was in 2016. And then even someone like Elon Musk, as soon as 2020, they weren't on Team Biden. But what's happened to the Democratic Party, they've gone so far left, they've gone so far woke, they've gone so far DEI that you have moderates, people in the middle with, ready for this thing right here? Common sense. You know, they say that common sense ain't that common these days.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, sorry, man, I wasn't the biggest fan of Trump, but this? No. Can't do it. I can't do Kamala. It's not going to happen. Because when Kamala came into the public office, she was the Attorney General in California. She was sort of doing a thing with the mayor of San Francisco. His guy's name was Willie Brown. Hey, you know, I always say Brown.
Never
won't
let you down.
There it is right there. Thank you, Nati.
Thanks.
And then she ran for the Senate seat in 2016. It was sort of a coronation there because I think she took the seat of a lady called Barbara Boxer.
Barbara.
They said, come on in, you're going to have this seat. And then in 2020, she actually ran for president. It's not that long ago. Do you remember she ran for president? She got a whopping 1% of the vote in the Democratic Party. But then Biden, who she basically dissed on the campaign, on the debate stage, she talked to you, and I was that little girl they were bussing around, and it was you, Joe. And then he had to select her because it was a list of basically 3 African-American women that he had to choose from, and he chose her to be his VP. She's been a steadfast, loyal VP. I don't know what she's done. You know, Nikki Haley said, listen, she had one job as vice president. That was to protect the southern border. How'd that work out? Okay. Not so good. Imagine if she has the keys to the castle. This is not a good situation right here. So, you know, a lot of people throw out DEI as sort of a buzzword. I actually think that Kamala Harris is DEI. And now, in 2024, if Joe Biden could just walk, talk, and chew gum at the same time, he'd be the nominee. He can't even do that. And now Kamala is being thrusted into position to potentially beat Donald Trump. Now, Trump, listen. If you can't beat Kamala, then maybe you don't deserve to be president, because I think that Trump should be the heavy favorite here. Why do I talk like Trump now? I don't know. Just fun to do. But I think Trump should, will, and shall trounce Kamala. We'll see this. You know, they went around talking to people on the streets. Hey, what do you think of Kamala? What do you think about going on the Joe? It's a bunch of different people right here. By the way, she raised about $80 million in 24 hours after they announced that Biden announced that he's, you know, stepping down. Kamala might be stepping in. It's not necessarily official yet, but I think it's pretty official. She's already been endorsed by Pelosi, by Hakeem Jeffries, by even Gavin Newsom, even Biden, obviously, and Obama behind the scenes doing some things. But they went there on these streets interviewing some people. Here's how some average people walking around, what they have to think about Kamala Harris. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not that shocked. I mean, with his dementia, I knew that his Democrats were going to push him out. But I don't think Kamala has a chance to beat Trump.
Well, in a lot of ways, I think it's a good thing because
New York.
I don't think he's competent, and I think he's shown that. What I don't like about it is who's going to supersede him. Kamala Harris? Not a fan. Not a fan.
I do think that there's bias out there. There's no doubt. There's racism, there's sexism. But right now, we did it before with Barack Obama. No one thought that someone with his name and a black man could get elected president. And look what he did. And we're at a place in our country where people want something new and fresh. They want someone who can do the job. Kamala's both tough, but also she is a woman, and she's been out there on abortion rights, making sure that we can keep our rights as women to be able to make choices with our own body. And we just are going to I think that there's so many young people that are totally great with having a woman president.
I think she reminds me of like.
Cool. So there it was right there. They just they interviewed a bunch of average people. Of course, the lady in the pink hair.
Yeah.
She went. It's just like this is actually upsetting to me, because look, my family, we were JFK Democrats. My dad loved JFK. JFK straight up would be a moderate Republican at this point. Bobby Kennedy, someone that we've spent time with, enjoy this guy. He was kicked out of the Democratic Party. Joe Manchin, this was a guy when PBD brought me in 2020. He said, "Who's your guy?" I said, "I don't really have a guy. I don't look at politicians like heroes. I know a lot of people look at Trump as a hero. Cool, I get it. He's an anomaly. But I don't really look at politicians as heroes because they've never really built anything. They've gone to school. A lot of them are lawyers, political elite, the establishment class. But I like this guy named Joe Manchin. Why? Because he's a Democrat in the reddest state in the Union, West Virginia. So you got to be pretty reasonable, sensible, and pragmatic to get elected to Senate year after year after year in West Virginia. But then here's the type of guy who also, as of about 3-6 months ago, leaves the Democratic Party and becomes an independent. Now, I've been a registered independent my entire life.
Me too.
But you too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you were kind of an Obama gal.
But I was still independent.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I'm independent.
But even then, you were an Obama gal, but now you're voting for Trump?
I'm Trump.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Trump girl now.
Okay, you can speak into the mic. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm here.
But why I'm so upset with the Democratic Party, because they moved so far left. They've abandoned people like me who are reasonable in the middle. I just can't do it. Because at the end of the day, I believe in DEI. No, I believe in MEI. Merit, excellence, and intelligence. Diversity, equity, inclusion. Not exactly what wins games these times. So here's my point. If your number one issue is abortion, vote Democrat.
Yeah. Just go.
If your number one issue is the economy, vote Trump.
Yes.
If your number two issue is the climate, vote Democrat. If your number two issue is the border, vote Trump. If your number three issue is DEI, vote Kamala Harris.
Just go.
If your number three issue is the safety and security of America, then you got to vote Trump. I'll let you guys make that selection right there, but it's becoming abundantly clear what's going on in the Democratic Party. It is being hijacked by DEI, and here's their poster child for DEI, the lovely cackling Kamala Harris.
Cackling.
Enjoy your vote, guys.
Cackling, that laugh she has. Cringy.
Do your best laugh. Do your best Kamala laugh.
Let me get it. I can't get it. I can't do
Go
it.
ahead, Nat.
I don't know how to do it. She's like,
Fix your mic.
something like that. Go
Can
ahead.
you do a good Kamala laugh?
No, I can't.
Give me your best. Let me hear your
The
laugh.
Spanish version. Laugh in Spanish. Ja, 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 ja.
Oh my God, that's pretty good. How do you laugh?
How do I laugh
Yeah.
or laugh like her?
Just go give me something.
I don't know how to laugh on it. You just gotta make me laugh. Yeah. There you go.
All right. Moving
Right along.
right along when we sing a song.
Oh.
Candace Owens is fired up. She ain't playing games.
She's not.
Now, there's a lot of people that are like, I don't know. I used to be a Candace gal. I don't know. How would she do? You know, I wasn't sure about Candace, but now I'm on her team. Like, Candace Owens whether you like her or not, and all of you do like her,
Yeah.
I actually have enjoyed a lot of my time with her. She is as talented as it gets. She's fired up right now. We all know that she left the Daily Wire. It wasn't a pretty picture over there, but we'll see what happens. Our other friend, Destiny, people say that he's sort of having a meltdown these days.
Yeah, off the rails.
Off the rails.
What's going on, Destiny?
So we'll have a conversation. By the way, Candace had some things to say about me. Destiny had some things to say about me. PBD had some things to say about Candace. PBD said things about Destiny. Destiny said things about PBD. You see what I'm doing over here? This is called 3-card Monty out here. You ever played 3-card Monty?
No.
Okay.
Now we are.
I'll take your money later. But here, again, PBD reacts. Here's what PBD had to say about Candace Owens. You can do it at regular speed. Here's what PBD had to say about Candace Owens when I interviewed PBD here on the SOSCAST. By the way, subscribe to the SOSCAST right now.
Right now.
Here's what PBD had to say about Candace Owens. Go ahead. Candace Owens.
Once in a lifetime talent, bold, fearless, super curious. She's not going to stop.
Okay. Gotcha. I totally, and then I went on to talk about multiple other people as well, but I totally agree with that. Now, Candace Owens, we're going to show you a clip in a second of what she thinks happened with Biden. Before that, why am I bringing in Candace and Destiny into the fold right here? Because the last time that we actually spent a lot of time with Candace, we saw her at UFC, but we actually did a podcast right here on this very stage on the PBD podcast with Chris Cuomo. She said, hey, this was great. Got to go. It was a 3-hour thing. It was amazing. She said, I'm going south to Miami, to South Beach. She goes, do you know this location? I go, it's like 3 blocks from my house. Of course, I know this location. And I said, where you going? You're going to go see Destiny?
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, how'd you know? I go, I know exactly where Destiny lives. Destiny's down there in Miami living by me. So she gets there. And I said, all right, have a great time. Enjoy. I said, you ever had a conversation with Destiny? She goes, no. I go, well, it's probably going to just be in a studio right there where she lives. Sure enough, there they are talking. And listen to this conversation they had about me. Go ahead.
PBD, Patrick David. They know you over there, right?
One point.
Are you laughing?
Maybe. I know. I'm good. Do you know Adam over there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just asked Adam. He was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know Adam. Me and Adam are cool. I'm not as much sure about the PBD guy. I'm pretty... I'm a pretty far left guy, and I disagree with a lot of stuff they say in a pretty crazy way.
They got both on that show. That's why it's so great. But I just did something with Chris Cuomo. He couldn't be further left. That's what I just did.
Yeah, I saw it. Well, but when they bring on left guys, it's usually to roast the fuck out of them, so...
No, that's not what happened at all.
Oh, that might not have happened this time. That's what I've seen. When I had Anthony Weiner on, it was that. When I've seen other left-leaning guys go on, it's usually like a rake him over the
one of them is on the left, right?
Which guy?
So, I really thought that Adam just said I've never voted for a Republican, but I might vote Republican.
I think Adam is fair.
Yeah.
I think Adam is fair, generally
thank
speaking.
you.
But he's like center
Thank you,
at best.
buddy.
And I'm not even like a communist type guy. But I mean, like Adam was like pretty center. Like he's like a. I just don't think he's behind all the Trump stuff.
But why laugh if I'm like I just went Patrick McDavid? It's like haha, like what's that?
Oh, sorry. In my world, there's a lot. There's always like a lot of drama and people hitting each other. So I just laugh because it's funny. Because I'm not sure if those guys hate me or not. I've been on their show once. They seem like cool people, but the Patrick guy has said kind of weird things about me or my fan base before. So it's kind of like a funny. It's just a funny thing. There wasn't anything deep about it. I promise.
Okay. No, I was just curious. I was like, because you would go on a platform with someone.
Cool. So, well, thank you. I think Destiny encapsulated who your boy Saz is. I'm actually fair.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty reasonable. I'm not aligned to either party. I'm not aligned to any candidate. I try to look at myself as someone who can call balls and strikes and be a referee and be fair. Now, some referees get paid to cheat in the game if anybody wants to offer me any money. Just kidding.
That went real
I'm just saying. But I am center at best. I actually agree with that. But I would think that I was probably, when I started PBD Podcast, probably center left-ish. Now I'm officially center right. But at the same time, I don't align and want to be someone who is so far gone on one team that I can't criticize my own team. I think that's very important because the most powerful things are when you criticize your own team. It's so easy to criticize the other team.
Right.
Oh, they did this and they cheated. Yeah, but what did your team do? Right. Oh, we would never. Yeah, you would. Democrats, you would. Republicans, you should. There's a lot going on out there. So I think, and I said this at the beginning of the time when we started doing politics here, there's a lot of places you can go watch political commentary. Why would you watch this show? Well, They said it right there. At least you'll get a fair response. When Trump does something good, I'll give him credit, no doubt. Right. When Trump does something not so good, I'll say, Trump, bro, what was that? When Joe Biden made it up the flight upstairs without falling, I said, you go, boy. When he fell down, I said, Joe, what are you doing, guy?
Get your ass up.
Get your ass up. Anyway, I think there's a lot of people that are not fair. And at the very least, I'm willing to be fair to everybody. Now, I don't like Kamala. I don't like her.
You don't like
I've
her.
seen Joe Biden for years. Do I think he's a good president? No. Do I actually think he's a good guy? Actually do. Now, his son, Hunter.
A little crazy.
You can tell a lot from people by their kids and their grandkids. Donald Trump, say what you want about him. His kids turned out great.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
So what's your bone to pick with Kamala?
You know how just there's
Say it.
Well, Kamala doesn't deserve to be running for president. I said this in the last segment. She's a DEI hire. She got DEI'd into office in California. She got DEI'd into office as the vice president, and now she's getting DEI'd into the White House. I'm just not a fan of that. I like MEI, merit, excellence, and intelligence, not diversity, equity, inclusion. But back to Candace Owens. Candace Owens is somebody who did not get to where she is by being a DEI hire. She got to this position by doing that thing.
Right.
Now here's Candace, her reacting to everything that happened with Joe and Kamala. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
All your plans until the election, because it just seems I can't look at my phone anymore. This political cycle has been unbelievable. When I say unbelievable, I mean you should not believe it. The things that are happening right now, they're like, oh my, Biden dropped out. And yeah, that's a really big announcement, but also there's a little piece of you that knows that all of this is a little fake, right? Like we know that we are not being told the truth. We've been talking about his mental faculties for 4 years now. And the Democrats now, oh, we saw the debate performance and now we realize it's performative. Obviously, Biden has not been with us. He has not been conscious for 4 years, okay? So he's not writing any of this. They used to call it a gaffe, another Biden gaffe. That's so funny. Oh, he's just so cute. Isn't it so likable? He's eating ice cream. He's a lost grandpa. It's a gaffe. Nope. It's a senior citizen who has been on the mental decline. This is all now just a performance. It's a performance. Everybody just cancel all your plans until the...
Yeah. Look, she's not wrong. It's hard to... Look, the Titanic, I use this analogy all the time. The Democratic Party at this point is the Titanic. Everyone thought the Titanic was... The nickname of the Titanic was the unsinkable ship.
Oh.
Until...
It sunk.
It sunk. The Democratic Party, Joe Biden got 81 million votes. I don't know. Okay, let's say that's true. I think there was mostly 81 million people voting against Donald Trump, not necessarily for Joe Biden. I'm sorry, for Donald Trump. Joe Biden. So these are gaffes. They're going to happen when you're on air. But when you string together 1, 2, 10,000 gaffes, all right, maybe there's a mental decline. But there's some people out there that just can't cut loose from that TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. Now listen, you're talking to somebody who was in the never Trump camp in 2016. And now 2024, after that fight moment, how could you not galvanize with a guy like Trump? He has my vote at this point. Destiny, our friend, A lot of people are saying he's having a meltdown.
Yeah.
Destiny, what's going on, bro? Here's a comment he made on Piers Morgan just a few days ago. This isn't a good look, Destiny. Go ahead, check this out.
Fuck the dude, firefighter guy, fuck Trump, fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, if one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter.
I mean, I got to say, I just found that repulsive, Destiny.
I wish that there is no room. There is no room for the hand wringing, and I will not participate in this anymore.
Oh, it's not hand wringing.
The hand wringing. No, it absolutely is. Conservatives can say anything.
No, I'm not a conservative.
They can have any conspiracy theories.
I'm not a conservative.
They can have any plot. They can do anything, and then liberals are
All right,
supposed to sit here and be like,
Destiny,
"Oh my
no.
God, it's so tragic."
No, Destiny,
Absolutely not.
You are inhuman. You are somebody who seems almost gleeful that a young firefighter with a family, with a wife and children, who he was protecting as he was shot dead.
This is the type of person that the internet has broke their brain, thus leaving them with very little empathy for their co-human. I mean, a good, decent father is now dead because of this.
The dude, fire.
So Dave
Dave.
Rubin to
We
the
love
rescue
ya.
right there. Shout out to Dave.
Yeah.
But Destiny, I like Destiny. I've enjoyed my time with Destiny.
Yes.
But Destiny, bro, you can say F Trump all you want. You can't say F 80 million people. You can say F Trump all you want. You can't say F the firemen who died in the crowd.
Not a good look.
You can say F Trump all you want. You can't say F the people that were there at the rally. You can say F Trump all you want. You can't say, if you're a conservative fan of mine, go F yourself. Destiny, I like you, buddy. Horrible take. Now, Pierce Morgan calls you inhuman. Now, I would say you're human and humans err. We know that. If I'm Destiny, they say that never let them see you sweat, never apologize. Look, you come out and say, look, my bad. I've been through some shit. Things have happened to me. I'd like to take back that comment. I'm not taking back F Trump. Cool, do that. But to say that, inhuman, your thoughts, Nat?
Yeah, it comes to a point where, you're a representative for a community, and then it comes to a point where sometimes it may come across that you're saying things just for eyes and just to kind of be in front of a certain amount of people and get reaction videos. And, at one point, I understand you may have a perspective and you may believe in certain things, but, when you go off the rails like F the firefighter, like, why would you go to that extreme? This is an individual for his day-to-day is he risked his life, and his life was finally taken. So to say F him when he was doing a job of a firefighter is, it's terrible to hear. So, sometimes it's like I can understand where you're coming from and you want to give perspective for people on the other side. And then it comes to a point where it's like you took a little bit hard of a turn, and it's okay to maybe step back and say, wait, maybe I did mess up. But yeah, I just think, as much as we enjoy his perspective and to debate with him, I don't like to see the route that he's going when it comes to all of this going so south.
Well said, Nati.
Yeah.
You guys let me know. You on Team Candace here? You on Team Destiny? You got to pick one.
Yep.
Anyway,
Let us know in the
that's
chat.
that.
Yeah.
You know who's a freaking badass? Donald J. Trump.
Yes, he is.
That situation,
We love him.
that happened. We have that picture?
There he is.
Is going to go down as one of the most iconic moments of all time. It's the greatest picture you've ever seen of the greatest president, your favorite president.
It is.
With the greatest flag that has ever been known
Yes.
to man. I mean, what an iconic moment. Now,
Yeah.
there's people out there saying that it was a plan, that he was planning to get shot in the face and kill. So I said, are you fucking out of your mind?
Definitely did his hair for that day, for sure.
There's people saying, listen, it's FBI or Secret Security, Secret Service incompetence. I think there's a lot of that going on there. And there's people that say, listen, it was an inside job. There's a conspiracy going on. Listen, I'm definitely not going to give that 0%. I'll tell you that much. There's some things that are going to have to be held accountable.
Yep.
But Trump is a freaking badass. And listen, don't just take my word for it. There's a little guy right there. You maybe heard of him. He's a multi-billionaire. His name is Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, yeah.
Zuck.
Zuck.
He was being interviewed by Emily Chang. Now, how do I know Emily Chang? This is great.
Mm-hmm.
Emily Chang, she went to Harvard.
How do you know?
Closest thing I could get to is Hartford. But do you know who Emily Chang dated and was...
You.
No, not me.
Oh.
No.
That was a good
And is
guess.
friends with Emily. If you ever see this, she runs, she does all the biggest interviews on Bloomberg and their tech. Do you know who she dated?
Who?
Who's Adrian?
Adrian, your best friend?
My best friend.
No way.
That's my best friend.
Adrian.
So there's actually a little
What?
funny story right there. She came to visit us in Denver when I was doing stand-up comedy out there. She was like, yeah, I think I'm going to take this job at Bloomberg, and look at her now.
Wow. Look at that.
I ran into her recently at a conference in D.C.
Okay.
And she was like, I see you. I'm like, I see you, Emily. So good for you, Emily Chang. But here's what Emily asked Mark Zuckerberg about Trump and what candidate he'd be endorsing, but not endorsing. Here's Mark Zuckerberg on Donald Trump. Go ahead.
Got a little swag to him in this outfit.
I've done some stuff personally in the past. I'm not planning on doing that this time. And that includes, not endorsing either of the candidates. Now, look, there's obviously a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. The historic events over the last, over the weekend. And, on a personal note, it's, seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life. But
kidding me?
But look, it's and I think, look, at some level as an American, it's like hard to not get kind of emotional about that
100%.
And that fight. And I think that's why a lot of people like the guy.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Emily. She gets amazing interviews.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on her. But Emily's doing great. Mark Zuckerberg, if there ever was a time that you can just be like, something's happening in America, Mark Zuckerberg, who I don't think was a Trump guy in 2016 and 2020, goes, dude, you know who's a freaking badass? That guy right there got shot in the face.
Yeah.
Got up, paused, where's my shoes? Where the fuck my shoes at? Oh, wait. Fight. Unbelievable. To the people that saying, they set it up like that. Yeah. Good luck. You guys at home, go shoot your buddy in the face. See if you can reenact it right there. Unbelievable.
I don't feel that was planned, but he's so intelligent. Like, he knew if he was going to do this after getting shot, he was going to grab a lot of people following him. So he was just so intelligent at that moment. It's like, okay, if I die, I'm going to die with a lot of followers. And if I stay alive, I'm going to get a lot of people following me as well.
I think he felt just empowered after. Like, imagine missing a bullet like that and you realize and you're bleeding and then you stand up and you're like, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah,
that's what this photo looks like. It's like, this is why I do what I do, is to fight for people like you. And I don't know. It was such an epic experience.
I love that picture.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
To
mean,
hear him talk about it after the story he told. He said he would never tell the story again because of how painful it was.
Yeah.
And it just reliving the moment with him. He led up to the moment where he turned till he went down and he fell in here. The people, I even said the audience, nobody ran. Everybody was looking for where the shot came from. And you see that. I got emotional watching him tell the story because you value life more as you get older. And when you see someone like that, he's a human. He bleeds. He can die. And you see someone so untouchable get a strike across his ear. It wakes you up a little bit.
And I love the way he talked about the firefighter, Corey, and his wife with names. It was like, I really appreciate it. I really care about it. Like, knowing the names, I talked to her. It was like amazing. I love that.
Yeah. What a moment. The RNC obviously went incredibly well for the Republicans. So the Democrats are going to have to say, all right, can we do anything better? And we'll see what happens right there. By the way, Elon Musk, he's also like, okay, Zuck. Yeah, I think you got some things to say about Trump.
Yeah.
But, I got some things to say too here, buddy. Go ahead. Here's Elon.
Here we go.
Talking about a badass named Donald Trump. Go ahead.
I think there's something to be said that America needs a strong leader, and where you have the perception of strength. Now, you have to admire that Trump, after getting shot with blood streaming down his face, it could have been a second shooter. Who knows?
Hear that?
Nonetheless,
could have been a second shooter.
Was fist pumping fight.
Yep.
After being shot.
Yeah.
And this is not.
He's an ornery bastard. And he's funny too.
Yes, and he's brave. He has courage. This is instinctual courage.
Yeah.
It's not calculated. It's not some arranged event. It's in the moment.
Well, you could see that then, because that was not a time when you were
see true courage in the
Google,
moment.
Absolutely.
In the face. In the face. The Hangover.
Oh no.
Do you know this? Just look at that image.
In the face, hangover.
Yeah, just Google that. In the face. Okay, they keep saying Trump, he was shot. In the face, in his ear, Yeah, there's a part right there. Remember this part? To the right? No, not that one. To the right? Yep. There you go. Where it gets shot in the face.
Oh yeah, with the little electric thing.
And I think his name is Rob Riggle right there. He's obviously with Zach Galifianakis. He goes, in the face. Trump got shot in the face.
Yeah. Ooh.
His ear gets blown off, half of it.
Ooh.
By the way, Trump is lucky. Oh my God. 1 inch over.
Done.
We're having Trump's funeral. Like, we have no idea what kind of chaos could have gone down if Trump was actually shot. And there's people out there saying the most ridiculous things. You saw what the guy in Tenacious D, who's the singer with Jack Black, he goes, next year, my birthday, and for my birthday, I wish the shooter didn't miss. I was like, whoa. What are we talking about here, guy? Have a little respect right here.
Imagine they hit it, and now Kamala's running, and then who's the candidates with her? Yikes.
Who knows what's going on right there? But Trump, absolute legend, badass for this. Just this move alone. Forget about whether you think Trump is a good bad president. Talk about any other person other than Trump. If Joe Biden does this, all right. If Kamala Harris does this, if any actor does this, an actor in Hollywood will have a stuntman do something like this.
Yeah.
If Tom Cruise gets shot in the face, gets up bleeding, and does this, you're like, dude, I'm gonna go see every Mission Impossible movie from now until the end of time. Badass. But by the way, you have that next clip of Trump. Trump went to a comedy show shortly after. I don't know if you saw this clip.
No.
But this is an amazing clip of Donald Trump making an appearance on Kill Tony. Go ahead, check this out.
What?
Yeah.
It's the lovely Heidi, everybody.
Oh, hey.
What a great lady. I talked to her backstage, and the tits are real. Excuse me. A lot of people are saying her tits are fake. They're not fake. I touched them. And great tits, wonderful tits. American tits, and that's the thing that we've lost under this administration. Where are the American tits anymore?
Seriously.
4 years ago, there were American tits. Now there's no American tits. Mexican tits. Mexican tits are streaming up the border. No one's stopping it. Fentanyl tits. Fentanyl. One shock and you're dead. Can you believe this?
And hey, I smelled her tits too. They're great.
By the way, shout out to Shane Gillis right there. He's incredible. He was on SNL recently. He was one of the best Saturday. By the way, down in Miami, we've got Venezuelan tits. We've got Cuban tits. We got Dominican tits. We got Costa Rican tits. We got Argentinian titties. Brazilian tits. Uruguay, Paraguay. A little bit of where are you from again? Guyanese tataos.
You're done.
You're done.
You're done.
Shout out to badass Donald Trump. And shout out to those great American tits. We see you guys. Having fun out there?
I am having fun.
Donald Trump, you know what he said recently? He said, "You fired," to the director of the Secret Service, who could not help.
This lady.
Could not do shit.
This lady.
So they were asked, hey, listen, are you going to resign from your position? Hell no, she said. Take a look at her picture right here. Kimberly Cheeto, just pull that article real quick so we can see it. Here's in the Wall Street Journal. She was asked to testify in front of Congress, in front of a lot of lawmakers right there. Is it playing? So she was asked to testify. We're going to show some of the testimonials, or we're asked some of the questions from different lawmakers out there having a conversation with her name is Kim Cheadle.
Oh. She got her ass
a lot of people
chewed out.
A lot of people say that she cheated to get in this position. By the way, before she was doing this, she was running literally Cheetos and Doritos.
Really?
Working for Lay's Chips, I believe. Damn. Whatever it was.
You should stay there.
You're done. You're fired. She was asked to come onto Capitol Hill to take the stand to basically answer some questions as the head of the agency of the Secret service, lawmakers. They had another plan for her. What we're going to do is rapid fire. Here's some of the best moments of the lawmakers who basically grilled the hell out of Kimberly Cheadle, saying that she's a DEI hire. She should have never been there. And Donald Trump could literally be dead because of you. Go ahead. Let's play these clips from the different lawmakers.
This lady right here.
Let me ask you one more question. You found explosives in the shooter's possession. Is that correct?
The FBI found explosives.
Do we know who directed this young man how to make those explosives?
I believe that the FBI is still looking into that on their investigation.
Ms. Cheadle, you said that the buck stops with me, and I agree. I don't think you should resign. I think you should have been fired. Ma'am, you are a DEI horror story. I've told my daughter multiple times, my wife and my daughter, we talk to her all the time about how she's going to succeed in life. She'll succeed in life by achieving. Ma'am, you have not achieved today. You've let the American public down. If it was up to me, you'd be gone. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
That was Congressman Mr. Tim Burchett. Now moving on to the next one. This is the head of the Oversight Committee. This is Congressman Jim Comer. Now, Jim, don't mess around. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, Jim.
Under Director Cheadle's leadership, we question whether anyone is safe. Not President Biden, not the First Lady, not the White House, and certainly not the presidential candidates.
Not safe. Your job as Secret Service Director is to keep the President of the United States or the leading candidate of the President of the United States. What's the one word, Nat?
Safe.
And he got shot
because
where?
Donald Trump is alive.
Where'd he get shot?
In the head.
In the face.
In the face.
We learned this the hard way. Trump learned this the hard way.
Yikes.
Here we got Representative Mike Turner coming to the plate to take his swing at Kimberly Cheadle. Go ahead.
Because Donald Trump is alive, and thank
1.25.
God he is, you look incompetent.
Oh.
If Donald Trump had been killed, you would have looked culpable. There is no aspect of this that indicates that there has been any protection to Donald Trump. The threat was identified before he took the stage, and the shooter was only killed after Donald Trump himself was killed. Not only should you resign, if you refuse to do so, President Biden needs to fire you, because his life, Donald Trump's life, and all the other people which you protect are at risk because you have no concept of the aspect that the security footprint needs to be correlated to the threat. I yield back.
She don't give a...
So she's there getting just grilled. Resign.
Yikes.
You're going to get fired. You know what? There was a congresswoman from South Carolina named Nancy Mace. All up in the place. She said, listen, I got 5 minutes here. I'm going to give you 5 minutes if you just quit right here. Go ahead. Watch this question right now.
Question. Both sides of the aisle today have asked for your resignation. Would you like to use my 5 minutes to draft your resignation letter? Yes or no?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
thank you.
Ding, ding, ding. By the way, she got ripped to shreds.
Yep.
She did not step down.
Yep.
And then there was one lawmaker who said, you know what this kind of reminds me of? About 6 months ago, there was a congressional hearing with the presidents of multiple elite universities, Penn, MIT, Harvard, and they basically were saying, listen, would you condemn Jewish genocide? They're like, what's a little bit of genocide? What's going on? They're like, what's happening right now? Would you condemn anti-Semitism? Nah. Here's an easy answer. Always condemn genocide, whether it's any type of people. Just go on and say, listen, I'm going to go out on a limb on this one. Yeah, I'm not in favor of killing a particular group of people in mass numbers. Just not for that. So one of the congressmen was like, this is basically worse than that. Because here we are basically saying it's your job to protect the president of the United States or the leading candidate of the United States for the president of the United States, the former president of the United States, and you're done. You failed.
Yep.
And when asked to take her time to resign, you know what she said? She said,
No, thank you.
no, thank you. Well, they had another thing coming because shortly after her horrible testimony, she resigned. If you want to go back to that article from the Wall Street Journal right there and show that.
Yeah.
Right after that, She resigned. Secret Service director resigns amid anger over the Trump shooting. No shit. She should have resigned the next day. She came onto Capitol Hill for a congressional testimony at the Oversight Committee. How about the Oversight Committee? Oh, my bad. Forgot to protect the president. And then what? You're done.
Yeah.
She had to resign today. Kimberly Cheadle is no longer the head of the Secret Service. She is now looking for a new job after lawmakers made her step down. As Donald Trump would say, you're fired. But tits.
I don't think she's looking for a new job. I think they paid her to have one last chew out publicly so she can be the one that has to answer to everybody. Paid out, and now she's living her life on a pension on a beach somewhere. Bye. That's what they used her for.
Really?
Yeah. Why else would she not resign prior to this whole beatdown?
You know, the biz dog Tom said something. He goes, you know what? They told her before she got on there, they said, you're going to get
chewed out.
You're going to get chewed out.
Yep.
You didn't do your job. And just be steadfast. Say,
be stoic.
Sorry. My bad. I'm not going anywhere. You will be protected. I go, Tom, that's actually a really good point.
Yeah.
That somebody has her back until she resigned. So whoever had her back to give her that confidence. There's a difference between confidence and pride and hubris. Hubris is excessive pride. Hubris is when your extra confidence turns into a little too much conceitedness or a little too much cockiness, and you think that you're not fireable. Well, you're done.
Yes.
So she resigned. They'll be looking for another Secret Service director, hopefully not a quote-unquote DEI hire. You let me know. Should she have been fired or should she have kept her job?
Do you think she should have even been a director, or you think it should have been a man?
You know, Vinny said this in the podcast. I want men protecting our men.
Okay.
He said, I want a former Navy SEAL, Marine, badass mother sucker who knows what it's going to be. At the very least, you know what he said? Why are we having Melissa McCarthy or Paul Blart, the mall the mall cop out there? How about we get some tall, tree-looking mother suckers out there so they can stand in front of them, so when they go and take a scope and try to pin down the president out here, you got Dikembe Mutombo maybe standing in front of him being 7 foot. So you miss. They got this little lady out here.
Hey. I'm the head of the...
I got you, Trump. I got you. Whack. Anyway.
Literally.
Trump is lucky to be alive right now.
Yes.
His hearing is a little gone, understandably.
There was
Jesus
a lady
Christ.
standing at the back, like just hiding.
Yeah, hiding. Yeah.
You trying to protect somebody take a bullet, Alejandra?
If it's my job, I will.
Yeah. Ali, how tall are you?
I prefer staying here.
Ali, how tall are you?
5'11".
How tall are you?
Yeah, like 5'11".
No, you're not 5'11", because
like,
I'm 6 foot and you're definitely shorter than 1 inch.
So I would say like you're like 5'5", 5'4".
Or 5'1".
No, Alejandro, you're taller than me. So you're like probably 5'4".
Stop it.
5'5".
Stop it. Nat, stand up. Stop it.
No.
Ali, come here. Let's go. Come on camera.
No.
We're going to have...
They want a full body, we want super chats.
Let's go. Guys, who do you think is taller? Natalia or Alejandra? Alejandra thinks she's 5'11". Okay?
I saw that on my license.
Oh.
July. We're not only in the month of July, but
July.
Jew for sure. July. Okay, let's all stand up. Let's go.
No.
Stand up.
No, they don't get full body. They
Guys,
have to pay.
I'm not moving on with the show.
That's fine.
Until we stand. We can sit here and pause.
Okay.
Guys, let me know in the chat.
You want to see this body? You got to pay for it.
Listen.
Super chats.
Okay. Ma'am.
What?
Okay. Ali,
I'm serious.
Come on, Ali. Guys, I'm not asking you to strip. Stand up.
No, we don't want to stand up.
Stand up. Come on.
We
Let's
don't
go.
want to stand
Ali.
up.
Let's go.
We don't want to stand up.
Come in front right here. Okay, come right in front of me, if you don't mind. Okay. Nat, come right here, please.
I can't believe you were doing this.
Let's go. Guys, it's a... Okay, back to back. Back to... Who's taller?
I'm taller.
You're taller?
Yes.
Are you... Hold on. Now, Nat, how tall are you?
I'm 5. Yeah.
Okay, move back. Move over. Let me look at the camera. Okay. Now, stay right there, Nat. Ali, right there. How tall are you?
5'3".
You're 5'3", so you're shorter. So how tall are you, Ali?
5'2". She had the 2 ones separated instead of the 2 together.
Alejandra, our lovely Alejandra, tried to convince you she's 5'11". What's my point? I want someone... Okay, Nat, go ahead, stand up.
You're a fully grown man.
Okay. We want someone at least my height to be protecting the president.
Yeah.
6 foot and over. Donald Trump is 6'2". You got 5'1", 5'11", Alejandra protecting Donald Trump. No. No. There's no DEI when it comes to almost DIE. We're not playing that game. Anyway, shout out to all my short Latina queens out here and my beautiful tiny little brown bunnies, but you guys should not be protecting El Presidente.
I agree.
Okay.
We have better things to do in other places.
Okay.
You're staying here.
Yes.
Okay, guys, you know what? You're keeping your job. You are not fired.
Thank God.
Congratulations. Moving right along. By the way, thank you guys for being a part of what we're doing here on the SOSCAST. Thank you, Nat, for coming
Subscribe.
and standing up. I know that was really hard for you to do.
It was. I
Yeah.
charge for looks.
But Nat, you're sounding very strippery right now.
Why? You want me to stand up and show my body off? Like,
Nat, nobody here said, show your body off. Nobody here
well,
said,
they don't ever see our body because we're always
Exactly.
sitting. So they want to see the full body, you know.
Is this?
You know,
is
you're
this-
like, hey, turn around. Let me see it. Turn around.
I didn't
Come
ask
on.
you.
You guys know you do it. I
didn't
see the
ask you
chats.
to-
Yeah, make Nat stand up.
Mate, guys, should we do more of that here on the SOSCAST?
No, super chats only for that behavior.
Can I get one more of those?
Yeah, we're too
love
much
that.
fun.
Can I get one more?
No. Someone
Hell
come get
no.
this man. Come get him.
Unbelievable.
And if it was strippery, I would have no clothes.
I don't know what kind of circles you're hanging out with. I'm just saying, Nati, stand up.
Yours.
This is.
I'm
By
in
the
your
way,
circle.
allow me, and then I'll give you a response. I was like, hey, Nati, stand up. Your initial reaction was, hey, I ain't stripping for nobody. It was like, but I will for some super chats. Like, what?
Yes.
I didn't even go there.
Yes, but I did.
It'd be great if I could see the chat on this computer. I don't know if we can.
They're saying
The
Nat got
technical
some
team
cakes.
is doing great
See?
things. They're doing great things, but I can't see the chat. Be great to have. Make a note for that for the chat right there. How are we doing in the chat today?
Nat got some cake. Alejandro's so fine. You see, I knew this was gonna happen.
What's wrong
I
with
told
that?
you.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that. It's just, you know.
They said Alexandra. No, guys.
No.
Alejandra.
Alejandra. Yeah.
Anyway,
Nothing's wrong with that.
Guys, you know they said this in the French Revolution. You know they said, I think it was Marie Antoinette. You know what she said? Let them eat cake. And you know what, gentlemen?
You're
Eat
not
your
gonna
cake.
eat this cake.
Eat your food.
Eat your food.
We're having some fun here on the SOSCAST today.
Yes.
Welcome to the SOSCAST. It's the SOSCAST, baby. Go ahead, Jake. Just give it to him.
It's the SOSCAST, baby.
Thank you.
Yes.
Can I get one last?
See?
Oh, hell no.
Look, nice ass. They're talking about you.
That's me.
From the PPD interview.
Sosnick. Adam Sosnick. Hey. Okay, guys, can we bring it in?
All right.
Okay.
Bring it in.
Bring it in.
Sorry.
You know who hates woke people?
Oh.
Elon Musk.
Yes.
Elon Musk.
Thank God.
Not a fan.
We love it.
But there's a very, very specific reason Elon Musk is no fan of the woke mind virus, as he calls them, as the woke agenda of DEI, of intersectionality, of this progressive left, as someone that was a tech guy in California, while he's officially abandoning California, has obviously moved Tesla and SpaceX, but Twitter was even still in California. Everything was moving to Texas. You know, something happened recently where he said, listen, Gavin Newsom, this 1955 agenda where kids don't have to, parents don't have to be alerted if their kids are basically identifying as trans or doing something. He's like, enough's enough, man. But here he is speaking with Jordan Peterson about what happened with one of his, I think Elon Musk has 11 kids. I think we covered that the other day.
It's
in the
11.
SOSCAST.
Yes.
One passed away many years ago, I think right after birth. But there's another one who's quote unquote also dead, but it's the living dead because he said he was dead named. Now here he is being interviewed by Jordan Peterson about what happened with his son in regards to the woke mind virus and the LGBT agenda. Go ahead. I think it starts at 29.
Do you think?
I
mean,
well,
it's sort of like the
happened to one of
nameless
my
issue.
it happened to one of my older boys, where I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This is before I had really any understanding of what was going on, and we had COVID going on, and so there was a lot of confusion. You know, I was told, oh, Xavier might commit suicide if he didn't.
That was a lie right from the outset. No reliable clinician ever believed that. There was never any evidence for that. And also, if there's a higher suicide rate, the reason is because of the underlying depression and anxiety and not because of the gender dysphoria. And every goddamn clinician knows that too. And they're too cowardly to come out and say it. Right? And so and then we end up in exactly when.
Okay. They continue to have this conversation. By the way, a couple notes right there. Do you have? There's a more. Okay. He named the son's name. He said Xavier, which you'll hear more about in a second. But then he said, I was tricked into signing a document. This is Elon Musk.
Crazy.
The richest man in the world and arguably the smartest man in the world, tricked into signing documents out there in California. You think he's got a bone to pick with what's going on out there in California? You think there's a reason he's left California? You think he's a reason he's moved his companies to Texas? Listen, you don't mess with people's kids. Here, they continue the conversation, talking about who should be held accountable. Go ahead, play this clip.
Wow.
It's incredibly evil, and I agree with you that people that have been promoting this should go to prison.
It won't stop till that happens.
Yeah.
It'll just go underground. Puberty blockers are being accessed online by kids all the time through non-medical channels. So yeah, It's not going to stop. Yeah. Okay, so I see. So that's
so I was tricked into doing this, it wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs. Anyway, and so.
He's so distraught.
So he's clearly distraught.
Yeah.
But then he continues and talks about how his son is basically dead, although he's living. Go ahead, play that last clip.
Wow.
So I lost my son essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah.
All right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead.
Wow.
So my son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's lots of people in that situation now.
Right.
It's not pretty, and lots of demolished kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's.
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that.
So, and I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that. A couple different thoughts here, and I'll hand it over to you guys. Number one, I feel for Elon. I don't care how much money you have. You know, he lost his oldest boy, son. His name was Xavier.
Yep.
yeah, there's no amount of money that you would pay to not have your son.
Right.
I don't know what happened with Jordan Peterson. This is going to be a hot take right now. But Jordan Peterson is interviewing Elon Musk.
Right.
And they're having this conversation where Elon Musk is clearly distraught, clearly weighing what his next words are. And he's just having a moment. And Jordan Peterson, I don't know why, doesn't recognize, have the grace to don't say anything. Let him talk. He's about to maybe cry, maybe react, have a moment. But Jordan Peterson just kept interrupting and giving his 2 cents. Now, you can talk. You can say whatever you want to say. But in that moment, give Elon Musk the courtesy to finish his thoughts. So Jordan Peterson, one of the best people to interview, right? Here's a, go ahead. We had the privilege of having him on PBD podcast. We interviewed him with PBD. The beautiful thing about Jordan Peterson, you ask one question, he'll go on for a half hour. Amazing. There's that. I don't know if Jordan Peterson is a great interviewer. Because oftentimes, in order to be a great interviewer, you have to be like, yeah, that person's smarter than me. So let me hear what he's got to say. And that's why I'm such a great interviewer at times, is because usually the people are smarter than me. You know what I'm saying. But Jordan Peterson is usually the smartest person in the room. So it's very hard to be the interviewer when you're usually used to being interviewed. Now, PBD, the reason I think he's become such a great interviewer is because he was never the smartest guy in school. He was never the smartest guy. He was a 1.8 GPA guy. So he's, let me learn, let me ask questions. Right. Let me be a sponge. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the Elon Musk, Jordan Peterson thing. And Jordan Peterson is obviously a beast. I've spent a good amount of time with Jordan Peterson. I would no way deconstruct his greatness, but I'm willing to say he's better at being interviewed than being an interviewer. And there's nothing wrong with that. But Elon Musk was in his feelings, as they say.
Yeah.
And he was going to go there. I think Elon Musk was probably going to cry in that moment.
Probably why Jordan Peterson was like, No,
but you need to have, you know what's the most awkward thing when you're doing an interview?
What?
Empathy.
Silence.
See how awkward that is? Because you know that people are watching. You're thinking about, I'm thinking about, but you have to actually have enough gall and enough emotional intelligence to be like, and I don't know why Jordan Peterson didn't have right there. You guys let me know. But here's what I do know. Elon Musk, he ain't stopping. Elon Musk is 55.
Yeah.
Okay? He ain't 75, he ain't 85. He ain't going anywhere anytime soon. And he's got the woke mind virus whoosh, right in the bullseye. And you know what happens when he shoots? He ain't going to hit you in the ear. He ain't going to miss.
Yeah.
Right in the eye socket right there. And Elon Musk, he said, that's why it is my mission to end the woke mind virus, and I ain't going to stop. So shout out to Elon. He's a Jordan Peterson once famously said, you have to be an absolute monster, and then you have to know how to control it. Right now, Elon Musk is an absolute monster, but I think he knows how to control it, and he's coming after you, the woke mind virus. You better run and hide. Nati.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
How we doing? How we doing on time?
Good. We're doing good on time.
About 15 minutes.
15
okay.
minutes.
So, last couple things. Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate.
Tate. Are you free or are you not free?
Be free.
You know? I don't know what's happening with Andrew Tate. The last time we had a conversation about here on Andrew Tate was that he was free to roam the EU.
And?
They made an announcement. Do you know what's going on?
No.
It's amazing. Before we do that, again, we're going to get back to PBD, what he had to say about the Tates.
Oh.
Here's what PBD had to say about the Tates.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll go back to what the Romanian courts had to say about the Tates. Here's what PBD had to say about Andrew and Tristan Tate. Go ahead. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate as well.
Another master troll and maybe one of the best pokers in the world. He knows how to poke and poke and poke and poke and to get a reaction and then poke some more. Relentless. Yeah, I mean, those two together as brothers, they're fun to watch.
So, you know what happens when you poke and poke and poke and poke? You're going to piss somebody off.
Yeah, you know about that.
And well, Andrew Tate poked the wrong bear because he was recently allowed to leave Romania and travel around the EU, but then Andrew Tate is now banned from leaving Romania after the court overturns the ruling.
That was fast.
So what happened?
Yeah.
We saw the video that he did last time about when he got the news about being free to roam the EU. I think we have that video. He basically poked the bear. He said, listen, hey, they don't know who I is. I'm big time, top G. Anyway, play that clip because some people in Romania probably saw this clip and they said, no, not so fast, Mr. Tate. I was rooting for you, Tate. You poked the wrong bear, though, because now apparently he can't leave Romania. This was that video just to kind of foreshadow what happened before we play the next video. Go ahead, 1.25.
Tried to punish me with the process, but now my judge has decided after 3 years I'm allowed to leave Romania. So, do we take the SF90 to Italy? Do we take the MC20 to Cannes? Do we take the 812 competition to Paris? Where do I go? I can go anywhere I want. Perhaps I should do a daddy tour.
Ollie, turn this volume.
You know, it's like divine intervention. It's kind of crazy. Every other crypto coin tanks. Daddy is the only one.
Keep going.
That survives. Now I'm free to do a tour around the world. A daddy tour. Tokyo, Dubai, Miami, Geneva, London. I might do it all by car. You ever driven to Tokyo? No, you're a pussy. I'm built different. Built different. Bruv! Which of my bitches am I gonna see? I've got so much work to do. So I'm gonna pack a bag. I'm gonna plan a daddy tour. I'm gonna plan the release of the Real World White Paper. The release of the podcast with that little fucking crypto dork's gonna come out. I'm gonna get in one of my cars. I'm gonna drive to the Italian Alps. I'm gonna get bitch 1, 2, and 3. Bruv! Built different.
No doubt he's built different. He's an absolute savage, he's an absolute beast, absolute monster. But did he poke the wrong bear? Because that news just came out. Show that headline again if you can. Show that article. Show that.
It's good, Ali.
Basically, they said, no, not so fast. Ali, you got the article?
Yeah, it's good. They did it.
They overturned the ruling, and then he left the courthouse. We're going to show you a video right now of what Tate had to say. Tate had to react to basically saying, not so fast. You can't leave Romania after being free to travel. Let's show that clip of what not only Andrew, but Tristan had to say at the courthouse. Go ahead. No. Pause. It starts at 13.
13?
Yeah. Hit play.
I get free, I get free. If I stay home, I stay home. I'm happy. I'm not emotionally involved in any of this process. I'm going to follow the law. I'm going to respect the Romanian judicial system. Whatever they decide, I will do. If they decide for me to stay home, I'll stay home. If they decide for me to go to jail, I'll go to jail. If they let me free, that would be nice. I have work to do. But it's not up to me, so I'm living with a pure heart. I don't go into anything with expectations. It is what it is.
Let's say they leave you, they let you leave today. What's the first country you're going to?
I'll probably stay here. I don't know, go brush off. I don't know. I have a lot of work to catch up on. It's been 3 years. I'm a very desired man. I have millions and millions of dollars waiting for me to collect all around the world. So I'll probably sit and stay here for a while and see what will be a prudent trip for me to take, but I'll just get straight to work. There's no time for fun in my life. I've got work to do. We'll see if they allow me to leave. If they don't, then I'm going to enjoy staying at home with my brother. My life is fantastic.
So you were on beach, please, on the stage, and it's a scandal now
There's no
because
scandal.
of the drugs.
Oh, that's scandal.
Yes.
I don't do drugs. I'm permanently anti-drugs. I think that if you're going to be the kind of person who takes drugs, that's fine. It's your personal decision, but I think you should respect the law.
So he said he's got a lot of work to do. He's going to stay home. We don't know what's going on with You probably poked the wrong bear. They reversed the decision. Now, Tristan actually had some words to say. I think that starts at 2:44. Yes, Tristan Tate, what are your thoughts on what's going on here? Let's play there. Go ahead.
No, you've misunderstood. I don't want to leave Romania. I'm a man who's never committed any crime in my life. I would like the ability to leave Romania on vacation if I want to. The fact that I'm told I cannot travel as a man who is falsely accused and abused by the system offends me. Do I want to leave Romania? My daughter's Romanian, my house is here. Do you still have $20 million of my stuff that I'm maybe never going to see again? You know, why would I leave Romania? I'm fighting for my right to travel freely. If I told you you can't eat at restaurants for 1.5 years, you'd be annoyed. Maybe you don't want to eat at restaurants that much, maybe you like it at home. You'd be like, why aren't I allowed to? I've never broken any laws. It's the restriction that offends me. So yeah, when I'm allowed to travel, I will leave Romania temporarily, but I will come back because I live here. So I'm fighting for my right to do what I should always have been able to do for the last 2 years, but I've been stopped. I've never broken the law in my life. I don't deserve to have been arrested for 566 days, which is this morning. What do you think I will do?
Okay. So, totally understand where they're coming from, by the way. Anytime you're not allowed to do something, what's the one thing you want to do?
That one.
That one thing.
Yeah.
Ladies, you know about all of that. So I empathize with them. I totally understand what's going on. That Patrick Bet David basically said, listen, these guys are master trolls. They know how to poke and poke and poke and poke and poke. I think they poked the wrong bear. They reversed the decision. The Tates know what they're doing. I'm not here to give them advice. At the same time, have you heard any new stories come out? Has anything happened with the court legal system? It seems to me things are trending in the right direction then because they haven't found them guilty of anything other than poking the bear too much. You guys let me know. Tates, guilty, innocent, let them free, let them travel, let them roam to a city near you. You let me know. Before we wrap up, Natty, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's like, you shouldn't have made a stand. Now the chat's like got some comments in there.
Okay, don't worry about that. You gotta have some thick skin. Okay, here we go.
Let's do it.
Fresh and Fit.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what's going on Fresh and Fit these days. You know they've had some challenges in their situation. Demonetized YouTube about a year ago. We did a massive event with them here. PBD and I have been on their platform a few times in their studio. Since then, they moved studios. Obviously, lead content creators in the red pill world. I'm not necessarily red pill, but I'm red pill adjacent. That's what Michael Sartain and I always say. I like a lot of what's going on in the red pill, but I'm a green pill, baby. I like the money.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank God.
That's kind of where I like to focus, but totally understand what's going on over there. But you know what? Sometimes, no matter how big you get, there's always a bigger fish. And PBD, in my opinion, is a bigger fish. And when PBD and I went on their podcast, you know what you do when a bigger fish walks in the room? You listen. Jordan Peterson, maybe when Elon Musk is sitting down with you, you listen to what Elon Musk has to say. But PBD and I, about a year ago, went down to go have a conversation with Myron and Walt, and we were talking about marriage and kids and risk and reward, whether it's worth it, whether it's not. And PBD dropped this gem on Myron and Walt, and you know what they did?
What?
They listened.
Oh, thank
Or
God.
at least they listened in that moment. Because I think Walt had a little situation. I don't even know.
Yeah, Linda came on here and told us.
But here's PBD dropping some dimes,
Oh.
serving up some game to the Fresh and Fit boys. Play this clip.
Marriage is risky. Staying single is riskier. Having kids is risky. Being childless is riskier. Okay? Believing in God is risky. Not believing in God is riskier. Being part of a startup is risky. Taking the safe route is riskier. Making investment is risky. Not making any investments is riskier. This whole notion of what's risky and what's even marriage, you're like, well, in America, it's the worst place to get married. You're right. I agree. I don't disagree. You know, we're talking to...
Okay. So I love the way that he
Let 'em know,
sort of
PPD.
broke that down right there. There's always going to be a risk and reward in anything you do. I mean, the whole premise of investments is balancing the the risk with the reward, mitigating the risk and having as much reward as possible for your investment portfolio. The whole point of marriage or having a kid or starting a business is, yo, some good things are going to happen in my life. Right. But the risk is, shit, I get divorced. Oh, shit, she took my money. Oh, my God, I don't get to see my kids anymore. The risk of starting a business is maybe the business fails. The risk of doing an investment is maybe you lose your money. That's the whole premise. But there is something called calculated risk. Risk assessment. Being risk averse, protection. I'm not just talking about wrapping it up type of protection. That's one type of risk adherence or avoidance to risk. But calculated risk is a risk that you consider worth taking because that the result, if it is successful, will be so good in the long term that you got to do it. Whether that's starting a business, whether that's investing, whether that's marriage, whether it's going to college, do your risk assessment. So PBD showed up and basically was like, look, and it was interesting. I don't know what's going on with the pregnancy situation out there, but when you have sex with a girl, you're taking a risk.
Yep.
You know, these days, you know, daddy's trying to have a baby.
Yeah, I know.
I want to have some kids. So
right
I used to take a lot of risk. These days, I'm like, fuck it.
No way. No, you're not.
Just
Please
saying,
don't say that.
I'm just saying
I don't work this hard with you for
I'm
you
a
to just
little
say
more
fuck it with some girl.
likely to be like, you know what? Anyway, risk assessment, risk
That's
avoidance.
Not a good
We want to have kids.
assessment. Not that way. No.
Guys out there, have some babies. Start a business.
With the right
Make
woman.
some money.
With the right woman.
Make some money. Start a business. Invest. Do all that good. You know, use your risk. Be smart, all you guys out there. But I totally understand. This is, you know, the benefit of having someone like PBD in your ear. You know, I have two people closest to me in life. My two closest people. I have PBD over here, and I have my best friend who dated Emily Chang.
Adrian.
One is married with 4 kids. One, I don't know if this dude's ever going to get married. I don't know if he's got it in his DNA. And PBD is like this. He's like, this is you.
Yeah, that is you.
This is you, bro.
Literally.
And he's like, in order for you to have what you want in life, you have to
let one go.
You have to let go. You said, you know, Pat pulled me aside one day and he goes, you know what the word decide means?
What?
The root of the Latin word decide means?
What?
It means to cut off.
Oh.
You have to cut off. So one of these lifestyles that I've been used to doing, you know, the Miami nightlife Playboy scene.
Yes. We know.
The
Good
family
Jewish
man,
boy,
have some
family
kids,
man,
crying on camera when you're talking about being a dad guy. I don't know. We're going to have to decide
how you see yourself
one way or another one day soon. We'll see, Alejandra. Can't reveal everything right there.
Just give him
not
a
doing
good
a baby
woman.
reveal right
Someone
now.
give him a good
Yeah,
woman.
of course.
That's
Because
all I
you see
care
yourself
about.
in 5 years, maybe with kids and.
By 5 years? Oh, I'm going to have.
No, but I mean
5 minutes, yeah, maybe not, but 5 years, yeah, it's getting that time.
Like,
but
you
listen,
see yourself
you have
there.
3 options in life when you're gonna have kids. You can do it early, and you probably don't have a lot of money.
How early?
You can do it later, and probably have more money, but be older, or you cannot do it at all. So those are your 3 options in life. I know plenty of people that had it early, and they said, "I love my kids, but man." Has it been tough? Oh my God, I had no money, I had no help. This was grind. But a lot of people, you know, they get a little more clarity, they get a little more focused. Now I know some people that said, yeah, I waited to have kids. I wish I didn't wait this long, but thank God I got money in my life that I can afford help. I'm like, yeah, I'm in that camp. And then there's the third camp that are like, yeah, I have regret. I never was able to have kids. I wish I did. And then there's the camp that was like, yeah, I never had kids and I'm totally comfortable with this decision. And that's ultimately my point, is you have to, you know, we get to choose our regrets. Do you want to have kids early? Do you want to have kids late? Do you want to have kids not at all? And that's how you get to choose your regrets. So my friends at Fresh and Fit, we'll see what happens with them. But I think they learned a thing or two from PBD, because I certainly have. You guys let me know in the chat what you've learned from PBD, the great PBD. Anyway. Time for the happy ending so we can wrap this thing up. Some
Wrap
people
it up.
also should wrap it up. Anyway, I don't know what order this is in, but recently we did a podcast, Patrick, Bet, David, and myself. And let me tell you something about you guys out there on YouTube, in the chat.
Chat is going crazy.
You guys are good. You guys are good. You guys are creative. You guys are funny. You guys are ruthless.
Yes.
But you know what they say about being ruthless? They said, oh, you think you're ruthless? Well, the left, right, left, you toothless. Because sometimes someone can knock you out when they see you. But you guys in the chat, respect to you guys. I could take it. I'm a big boy. I'm definitely not going to cry when I leave. So, what? I'm not crying. You're crying. I'm not going to cry. Some of these comments. But I did read some of them. But I know, Alejandro, I think you put together, I don't know, 20 or 30 of the best comments. Some good, some bad, some ugly. I don't know what's coming my way. But here's some of the comments that you guys said.
Here we go.
First one. Matt, go ahead.
Adam is definitely lucky for having Patrick in his life. Love them both.
Well, thank you.
Aww. And then it
I
says,
appreciate that.
From Eric Gonzalez, surrounded yourself with positive people.
Okay, so that was a
That's
nice
good one.
one.
I like that.
I have a feeling what's coming next. Go ahead.
Okay. Next one is, let's see. Adam talks to hear himself talk. PBD makes references that are on point, and Adam makes references to a cartoon.
Okay.
That is Adam. You love it, though.
You got me.
We love
Go
it.
ahead.
Come on. Okay, it says, wow, Adam back at his old habit of dragging his question and needing, what's your point button? I'm always rooting for you and your necessary voice in the PPD podcast. Often you get jumped 3 verse 1, but love how you stand your ground, and I'm on your side a lot of the time. Thanks.
Well, thank you.
Hidden Tyga.
I like how they basically hit me with, oh my God, what's your point?
know.
But I like you, buddy. Throw, listen, you ever been jumped before? I got jumped one time.
You did?
Yeah. I was in 9th grade.
Oh my gosh.
3 kids. They came and got me.
Yeah? Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
beat them up?
No, I got my
Yeah.
ass whooped. But some people need an ass whooping.
Yes, that is true.
Because I beat some people up in my day. You
Me
know, thunder and lightning can throw these things. But now I'm not trying to fight. But
Good.
you know, get you an ass whooping will give you a little humility.
Oh, yeah.
But also teach you some toughness. But yeah, sometimes on the PBD podcast I get ganged up on.
Oh.
But
Not that type of gang.
no. Anyway, let's go to the next one.
Okay, this one says from Chris Kane, the best part of Adam having his own show is that he'll probably leave PBD, which I love since I hate hearing him on there.
Okay, thanks, Chris Kane.
All
The
right,
best
Chris
part of
Kane.
that. Yeah, I'm not. You know,
Not going
what did
anywhere.
Jordan Belfort say, or Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street? I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
That's you.
So listen,
You do that every other
PBD's
day.
had plenty of chances to fire me. I think I've shown my loyalty.
Yeah.
I'm here for the long term. I traveled and during COVID moved to Addison, Texas, picked up my life to team up PBD. Now that I'm back here in Miami, you think I got someplace to go? I'm here on Team VT, long term. Go
We've
ahead.
got Willie McKenzie. Adam spoke 90% of the interview, just like Bill Maher.
Wow. It's actually funny. Because Bill Maher actually did speak 90% of the interview with PBD.
Yeah.
Now, I had a conversation/interview with PBD.
You did.
I wouldn't say it was an interview, a hard-hitting interview. We had a conversation, but I think PBD spoke probably 70% of the time.
I think it was great. They got to see like your relationship dynamic with him. It wasn't like, hey, I'm interviewing you, asking you a question. It was like 2 grown men talking, and you were speaking to your mentor. And I think to even you guys as an audience to see, what does that interaction look like? You're talking to your mentor. What kind of conversations are you having? Are you being challenged? Are you having fun? So I think just that interview was not even just an interview. It was a genuine sit down between a mentor and a mentee and people who are making a big impact. So it was a different perspective. Then we have this comment from Rui Carvajal. Carvajalo, you know Adam is a pain in the ass sometimes, but he is our pain in the ass and is a necessary for the podcast, being the different voice. The interview being him and PBD, it resembles a dad and son relationship, even though they're almost the same age. Amazing, good interview, this one.
Thank you. Thank
Great
you,
job.
Rui. PBD's
Thanks,
2
Rui.
years older than me, but he's
Yes.
a couple steps ahead.
He's
of me,
wise, yes.
Everyone needs a good mentor in their life. You know what the definition of a mentor is?
What?
Someone who's just a little bit further along than you.
Oh.
So you could be a mentor out there to anybody that you're just a little bit further along than. So nothing wrong with that. Go ahead.
Awesome. We've got this one from Omar. I love that Adam stands up for himself and doesn't get flustered when the gang gives him a hard time. Sometimes rightfully so. He balances out on the show, so it's not a big echo chamber. And then we have somebody who also commented, I agree. I neither like nor dislike Adam, but I definitely respect his opinion, even though I disagree more often than not.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I say, no matter what, I'm never going to allow, in my humble opinion, PBD podcast, anything, even on SOSCAST, to be an echo chamber.
Yes.
Not happening. Oh, what's this one? Nat.
I don't know because that's not how you spell my name, so I don't know.
What's Natalia's at? Nat, let them know.
My at is Natalia Del Valle. You can probably even find me on YouTube. I don't have any videos up, but I do have a YouTube channel there too.
Yeah, nobody cares. What's your Instagram?
It's my same thing, Natalia Del Valle. It's my same thing.
Spell it.
NATALYADELVALLE.
Okay, Alejandro, what's your Instagrams?
ALEGANDRAJIMENEZJ.
What is it?
Details.
Alejandra Jimenez.
Oh my God! Just say, that's the 5'11" Alejandra Jimenez. We love her because of her height. She's hire her for secret security anytime you need it.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And then we have the next one, which is, she's pulling it up right here. Oh, there we go. Next one says, I swear to God, watching Adam is painfully deed.
Oh, thank you. I'm here for you. Thank you for bringing God into this equation. We all love him. We all need God in our life. I swear to God.
Amen.
But thank you for watching. Next one.
Next one, we've got.
Oh, we got multiple now.
Oh, we've got multiple. Okay, it says, the first one says, love PBD, can't finish watching Adam. Then the next one says, she said single mom.
No, just find the ones where they're talking about me.
Oh, well, I don't.
The bottom one.
The bottom one. Oh, Adam is drunk again.
What's funny is when
you haven't even been drinking.
What's funny is I did that interview on day 74 of 75 hard. So I definitely was not drinking, but I did have a cocktail for the first time this weekend, but I'm officially done with 75.
You had one this weekend?
Yeah. Keep going.
Okay, next one we have says.
Alejandra?
Next one.
Let's sleep with the wheel here. We got to finish.
We're almost. It says.
Punch in.
Right there. It says.
Amazing content. Thank you both for the reveal.
I don't see that. Oh, up there. Okay, yeah. And then it says, maybe as good as I have ever seen Adam.
Well,
I like that.
Yeah, but don't, not too fast, because look at the next one.
Yeah, this show sucks.
Oh, shit.
I admire PBD for being a loyal friend to this guy because he brings zero value at all of the Valuetainment brand.
Zero.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks, man. Look, I say this all the time. Nobody's 100 or 0. There's always something. According to the longest handle I've ever seen in my life.
Like Melissa San Anthony Garcia.
I ain't got shit going on. Okay.
And we have, is this the next one?
Next one, go ahead.
Okay, next one is here. It says, I've always liked Adam, despite our differing opinions. Need more speakers like him in the public square of communication. I agree.
Here's my favorite one. Go ahead. They found out the hard way.
Stop it.
What is it?
Adam sounds sexually obsessed with PBD.
Oh, yeah. Oh, PBD, I've been looking at you.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo, PBD and me. What's that one thing I like? Do that?
You're having too much fun with this.
Okay, I want to do that one more time. I'll tell you when. When I see PBD in those blue socks with that blue shirt, you know what I say to myself? Oh, hell no. That's what I said.
Jacob, what did you do?
Thank you for that, Jake. Great job. All right, on to the next one.
Next one says...
next.
Next photo. Okay, then we have here, it says, PBD, keep pursuing the truth.
No. We got to do something first.
Fire Adam from his own podcast.
I'm not going to let you not. not going to let you not read these chats. We got to fire me.
I'm sorry.
From my own chat. Shit.
This is the next one.
Next
says,
one?
Oh, next one?
When I say Alejandro, next one. Come on, we got to wrap it up. We got bills to pay.
Bills to pay.
Okay.
The next one says, I can't believe PBD lets Adam do this to him. Do not trust Adam. Pat, they're only doing this to get an insight of your thinking on these people.
Yep.
Okay.
But the next person had my back.
It says, Adam's Playboy persona is into potential father is something to behold. Decent guy.
Thanks. Decent.
Guy.
Mid.
Decent.
Mid.
And we
next
have
one.
Sauce Boy Sass. Sauce Boy Sass.
Oh, yeah.
Then we have, is this one at the top?
Top one, yeah.
It says, Adam, learning, kind-hearted, almost a fault, open-minded. This is from someone that someone that Adam was driving crazy with his blindness to what was really going on and his response to what's going on. But I have watched his progression to someone who is beginning to see the light. But without an open mind, you will never have to come so far so quickly.
Well, thank you. Who made that nice comment? Let me give him a shout out.
Scroll up a little bit. It is, starts with a D.
It is.
We cut it off.
Anyway.
Well,
thank you for that beautiful comment, because then there was the next comment.
It says, where'd it go? Love that smirk on Adam's face when Patrick paused for the Trump Putin.
We got him good on that one.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Pat was stunned on that one.
There's another one that's good.
Which says, we need more people like PBD and Adam. Oh, yeah. And then it says Trump doesn't have what? Dementia.
Okay. Well, thank you for those kind words. Is there more or no?
Alejandra?
That was the last one.
That's the last one?
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, anyway, thank you guys for the good,
chats.
the bad, the ugly, from trying to fire me from my own show, for also appreciating what we're doing here with PBD, with the conversation that we've been having. I think we found a new thing I like to do today. You know what it is?
Hit it.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, PBD, for an amazing interview. The Vault.
Yes.
Guys, one last time.
The Vault. Come see us.
What's the best business conference in the world? Well, you already know the answer. It's a mother freaking Vault. September 4th through 7th. It's PBD. It's The Rock. It's the whole Valuetainment team. It's Tom. It's Vinny. It's me. It's PBD. And you here at the Vault in West Palm Beach. That is at the vaultconference.com. Get your tickets because they're going fast.
Yes.
Last year we had Tom Brady. We had Mike Tyson. We've had all sorts of amazing celebrities come in the house, speak, drop knowledge. For 3 days, you're going to spend time with PBD, learn, strategize, grow, outlast the competition, maximize your money, minimize your risk, expand your network. Oh my God. That's at thevaultconference.com. Check it out. Tickets are going fast. Use the link below and clickety clicks. That's what's going on here at the Vault Conference. We'd love to have you there. Check it out. By the way, if you use the link in the bio, you can what? Save that money at the Vault Conference. And one last time before we go, Jake, if I don't see you at the Vault Conference, you know what I'm going to say when I see you? You ready what I'm going to say? Oh, hell no! Thank you guys for tuning into the SOSCAST. We'll see you again on Thursday, only at 4 o'clock, only on the SOSCAST. We out.
It's the SOSCAST, baby.